Hey everyone, welcome back and welcome in. If you're new, my name is Kay and today's swatch sesh might just fast forward you right into spring thanks to ILNP's Floral Shop collection, which is a cute little 4-piece set that they sent over to me. Aside from that, we are getting something new. ILNP is dropping nail art stickers with this collection drop. They're not going to be sold individually though. I'll give you more information on that later, but we are going to take a better look at these. I know you can't really see them on camera, so let's just get right into the sesh and check out the floral. My intro was almost perfect. Floral Shop collection. Just because. We're kicking off the sesh with Just Because. This one is described by ILNP as a blue emerald color, which I think is pretty accurate. Now, this one is also the darkest color in the collection, and I knew right away this would be a one coater when I laid down that initial brush stroke. As you can see, my nail is perfectly painted. It's opaque. There are no brush strokes, so I do feel comfortable saying that this will work great for you in one coat if your nail length is like mine or shorter. Fleur. Moving on to Fleur, which is described by ILNP as a soft petal pink, which I would say can also be described as an off-white pink color. It's very, very light, as you can see, and this is actually the lightest color in this 4-piece collection. Now, aside from the obvious color difference between Fleur and Just Because, Fleur is also different when it comes to coverage. I wasn't able to rock this one in one coat because there were some areas with noticeable translucency, but as you can see here in my end result, a second coat made everything look really nice and fully covered. Overall, I do think this is the polish in the collection that probably works best as a winter to spring transition shade. Secret Garden. Next up is this lovely shade of sage green, which feels so vintage to me. It's a little dusty, a little gentle, and you know, I'm definitely not a vintage girly, but this color looks so neat to me. Probably because I've never tried on anything like it. Now, Secret Garden is yet another polish in this collection that I feel comfortable calling a one coater. If I were to compare this one to Just Because, I'd say that this one's noticeably greener and, needless to say, lighter, of course. So just keep in mind that this is not a lighter version of Just Because, but rather an entirely different color. Blossom. Here we have another shade that I can't help but to also describe as vintage. It definitely has an antique feel. The color is quite dusty and gentle on the eyes, just like Secret Garden was. ILNP does describe this one as a vintage rose color. Now, it was not a one coater. I did see a visible streak, which actually smoothed out really well. So the self-leveling power is there, but since I saw the streak, I felt that I needed to go back in with a second coat, which gave me a perfect end result that you're seeing here. And I can see this one being a go-to color for someone who's into the cottage core color palette or maybe has a cottage core wardrobe. That was actually my initial association to this color when I saw it. Now that I mentioned that, I also feel the whole collection actually feels quite cottagecore in a way. However, ILNP didn't stop there. They're also releasing boutique nail art stickers that are a match to this collection. The floral theme is continued here with a really cool variety of cute flower arrangements. Some are in pots, some are hanging or on a trellis, others are in little glass jars, but there's also little hearts and tools and ILNP logos throughout. The directions are on the backside, and I was really digging this little pink bouquet, which I laid down with my tweezers over the already dry polish, which is really important. And then I decided to add hearts. I'm adding a bigger one here, but personally, I found myself struggling with the smaller hearts. Maybe I'm using a bad tool, but I did poke through my polish as I attempted to lay down both of the smaller hearts because I couldn't get them to stay on my nail. Maybe an angled tweezer would be better because I did notice that the stickers are definitely sticky. That was just my experience. Now remember to apply top coat once you're done for longevity and protection. And overall, I am so happy to see ILNP exploring stickers. These are very cute, and if you're into florals, I feel like you're gonna have so much fun with these. And those were the swatches. Now, I have to say this, I felt like throughout my swatch sesh, I was just waiting to smell the floral scents just because the colors were so on point. Do you guys know how Cynthia Erivo, she can see the color of sound? Well, I feel like I can smell the color of polishes. Jennifer Lawrence can quiz me on that one. Now, overall, I feel like this collection is a great transition from winter into spring, but more than anything, I do find it to be a really clever transition from their Snow Day collection to this one, because if you remember, the Snow Day collection, the colors there were very kind of like in hibernation. They were very muted. They were like snoozing. But then come this one, the colors start to get a little bit more vivid. We start to get a little bit more of a taste for spring. You know what I mean? Nail art stickers. Those are limited edition. Remember that. And they're only going to come with the purchase of the full 4-piece set. The nail art stickers are not going to be sold separately, so just a big heads up there. And if on the day of the drop you only have money for one polish, I would go with Just Because. If you had money for two, I would buy Blossom or just add this one in. And surprisingly, if you had money for three, I would actually go with Secret Garden. This color I actually liked more than I thought. But that, my friends, is going to wrap up today's swatch sesh. So thank you so much for tuning in and hanging out. I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.
Thank you for watching. Thank you for watching. Thank you for watching so much. Thank you for watching my video. Thank you so much. Yeah. Thank you.